Hello, guys. Good afternoon. My name is Jesse Chan, and today I will be presenting a case study on the tragic crash of John F. Kennedy Jr. aircraft, November 9 to 53 November. We'll analyze the timeline, key contribute factor, weather condition, and lesson that can help improve aviation safety. So, introduction. On July 16, 1999, John and his wife, Carney, and her sister, Lauren, perished in a plane crash off the coast of Martha Vineyard. JFK was piloting a Piper aircraft. The goal today is understand that what went wrong, who was involved, and what we can learn from the similar accident. Next. Okay, the timeline of the event. So first, JFK planned to depart at 6 p.m. but took off late. Around 8 p.m. he began descending near Martha Vineyard at 9:33 p.m. At 9:40 p.m., radar lost connect, and the crash accurate. This event happened rapidly in the final minutes of the flight, so it happened really fast. Next, we're flight path overview. The route started on the county, New Jersey, fly northeast towards the Martha's Vineyard. Most of the flight was over water, which becomes significant later as the contribute to visual disorientation in dark, hazy condition. So pilot with this type of condition is gonna get dizzy and lose visual disorientation. And it's gonna become really dangerous. So chain of event. Several key factors leads to the crash. The late night departure means darkness over water, hazy, limited visibility, and JFK was not instrument rated. So he's not really an instrument rated pilot. And of those leads to spiritual disorientation and loss of aircraft control. And 5. Problem cause. So pilot lost control due to spiritual orientation, and we already talked about it. And according to the NTSB, the crash was caused by the pilot failure to maintain control due to the spiritual disorientation. Contributing factors include hazy night condition and the pilot lack of the instrument rating. And pilot profile. JFK score fly around 300 flight hours. Just recently passed the IFR rating, and no instrument rated means that he cannot fly with the instrument or any instrument approach or any he can only fly VFR. So whether he had recently passed the rating portion of his IFR training, but wasn't proficient enough to handle the flight alone at night in hazy, and he's really supposed to fly VFR like we said. And then let's talk about weather condition. Weather was legally VFR, clear sky and 6-mile visibility, haze. Still, haze is a little bit problem. So as a new pilot or private pilot, any unclear condition, we're probably not gonna take a risk to fly it. At night, hazy over water makes it almost impossible to see the horizon. This creates a visual illusion that leads to disorientation. And human factor is limited in the flight, especially at night. Spiritual disorientation, like graveyard spiral, can make pilot feel level when they're actually banking. Third, ATC external support. So there's no flight plan, no flight following, no real-time ATC track. The aircraft was mechanical, did not file any flight plan or request flight follow. That means the ATC wasn't active tracking him, and no one could assist when he become disoriented. So It's better when you flying by yourself or flying with the family. It's good to have all those resources like to help you track you and to talk to the ATC and also file a plan. Next, lesson learned. So this accident highlighted the danger of a VFR flight in the marginal conditions. Spiritual disorientation is real and deadly. Pilots should always be cautious at night over water and in limited visibility, even if it's technically VFR. So you should be always do not take a risk like a JFK does. Preventive measure. So to prevent similar accident, encourage IFR training for all pilot, and also adopt personal minimums for visibility, and always use ATC services when in fly under questionable like condition. Just like any fly by yourself or any long distance or even short distance, you can always use those resources, like I said, to help you have a safer flight. Then just sometimes you're gonna get panic when you fly into the condition and you don't know what to do, and so you need help. Technological aids. So modern aircraft can equip with the autopilot, level button, and back altitude indicator. Those two provide for orientation support and can prevent loss of control in a challenge condition. Impact on the aviation safety. So JFK crash become a case study in the spiritual disorientation. It leads to improved training materials and greater emphasis on human factor in the pilot education. And case comparison, similar VFR in the IM6 accident share. So let's compare this accident with other notable VFR into the IMC crash. Many share similarities and no instrument rating and weather condition that visually decisive the pilot. Training recommendation for this. So I would say flight school should emphasize night and disorientation recovery. More use of simulator, hood training, and scenario-based lesson could reduce the future risk. So just more IFR training and before you fly in those conditions. And next, safety resource. So resource like AOPA, Safety Institute, FAA, safety team, FAST, and continuing education are critical tools pilot can use to stay sharp and avoid those accidents. FAA advisory materials. I would say handbook section on the ocean and VFR into IMC guiding. Conclusion. So this tragedy really shows that how quickly flight can go wrong when pilots can't handling the overwhelming and visual ocean and lack of proper training. So, and when those time happens, you really need to be trust the instrument, trust yourself, and also give a strong decision, making the right choice, and also always use your resources for you flying, and also have a proper training before you fly in those conditions. Because those are the best they can save you during that condition. So you won't be panic, but you still got panic when emergency happens, But also you know what you're doing, so you can most likely gonna recover it. If not, just like what JFK does and just crashed. And this is all my slide. And thank you for your attention, and also give me